Alrighty, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Wanted to do a pre-record video. Bitcoin has hit 123K earlier today. Did come down a little bit, but we're still looking at that. Here are kind of the latest trades I've been in. I don't give stop losses or take profits here. You got to get in the Discord if you're interested in that. That's the first link down below. And by the way, guys, we're doing 20% off all your fees, 20% cash back on all your fees on BloFin and BYDFI as well. Only with my links. Both are down below. So check that out. Really good thing right there. And don't forget, if you do deposit at least $100 in either of those exchanges, I'll give you one free month in the Aldo Empire VIP Discord, where I give all these trade setups in advance, take profits, take stop losses, a lot of really good trades in there. So check it out. The link is down below. Just open a support ticket if you did deposit in Discord with your UID or email. Now let's get into everything important right now. So ultimately, we look at Bitcoin here, and you hit 123K, which is pretty big. And the question is, like, does the main bearish thing right here would be this bear div right here? So, I could bring it back down to 115 or something. I mean, it's definitely possible. I would kind of hope for the sake of alts, something, because you want Bitcoin to kind of go sideways a little bit, and then maybe early August hit 130K before a potential. I mean, you generally do have a summer pullback, and you can continue, or you can consider, 12%. Is that enough? I feel like it's got to be more, you know what I mean? So say you get up to 130 or something, and then I would think it would be up to 25 even, really scare people away. Hopefully alts would hold up pretty well in that scenario, as they generally do, in the post-halving year, and as the Fed gets closer to, potentially ending QT officially, cutting more rates. It's now favored for September. We'll see what happens. But yeah, ultimately, it still looks like you got continuation in terms of your money flow on your daily, your 20-hour. A lot of these still look pretty good, I would say. And, the thing too is, like, a lot of people would ask, when do I sell? Maybe you're way ahead, you're up to 120K. It's a lot. Maybe you got in at 30K, maybe you got in at 60K. You're ahead a lot. A lot of people are way ahead. When do you get out? So the thing that I posted on Twitter earlier was, let me just show you guys it. It's on the Bitstamp chart. So if we look at when to potentially get out, 50 or, well, let's go on the monthly here, easier to show you there. 35 months from the bear market bottom to that high here. Same exact thing, 35 months, it's about 35 months from that low to that high there. Same from the last low, it would be October. So it would be October based on that. It's also 18 months after the Bitcoin halving, which Bitcoin, I think, if I'm not mistaken, has topped out every single time 18 months after the halving. So a lot of roads point to October. And I think, if you look at, I've studied it too. If you look at the best place to kind of DCA out, it's from October to December in the post-halving year every time. So ultimately, I think it's very important to start scaling out in October. At least what I'm going to do. Obviously not financial advice. You can do whatever the hell you want, but that's what I'm that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? So, that area right there, maybe we get that pullback, something like that. I don't know, down to 100 or whatever. You're known to scare some people away. And I think there's going to be a lot of greed as you get up to 130. Believe me, you see that fear and greed chart already getting up to 70. I think we got 2 to 4 more weeks of general bullishness for crypto in general. I think the altcoins can ride a bit as well. And then maybe something like that, or maybe if you think your peak is in October, it could be maybe these spiral lines doesn't follow them completely, something like that. My guess is around 150K is when you would probably top out, but something of that nature, and then a top in Q4. It seems like the most likely scenario here. So we're at the later stages of this bull run now. The thing about the later stages of this bull run is and it looks more like 2017 in the sense that a lot of alts may do a lot of damage. Good, go up, you do very well in the next, 5 months or whatever, or at least until October. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Short term, I don't know if I would short this. I think it's kind of risky to short it. It could come down more. I think you're gonna get some wicks higher, or something, or sideways. We'll see what happens. Hard to say, obviously. ETH could be kind of the same thing in the short term. Hitting off that spiral line, I feel like she wants to come up to 32. 3,200. It may get a little bit slower, may get more boring, but it's been boring. It was boring for a while, and then you're finally getting some excitement. So things happen quickly. And I think that when you look at S&P 500, I think is going to go up too, but that's not what this video is about. When you look at kind of ETH versus Bitcoin, I mean, that looks good. That 2-day money flow coming up everywhere, like, it looks great. You know, it looks better than it's looked in a long, long time. I'll tell you that. But probably the best it's looked since probably, you know, in some of these areas over here, you know, some of kind of these lows or whatever, you know, in terms of that money flow coming up and all that, you know, it looks kind of like over some of these areas. So, you know, I mean, if you compare it to 21, I mean, I would say kind of best case scenario, I mean, it probably is not going to be that insane, but, you know, you could come up quite a bit. You could come up quite a bit. I mean, I would hope for at least, you know, 0.03, 0.04, maybe up to here into the end of the year for ETH Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, that's ultimately on the evaluation there. Now, ETH itself, what can you do here? I mean, money flow coming up. I think 32 is, like I mentioned, a very good thing. Highest I could kind of see us going into August, and this is what I would really hope for, just a lot of momentum in ETH, maybe beginning of August or something, mid-August, continue to jump up, break up to that 4K mark. I'm not saying you're going to go there. You could easily reject from 3,200, but then you get a rejection. People are scared, you know, Bitcoin back to 100K or under 100K, who knows, and then into kind of October at least, or end of year, that's when you kind of make your new all-time high, and potentially, I don't know, I mean, my max would be, that'd be interesting if you can hit. I mean, it's not impossible. You get those blow off. You know what I mean? You get big moves all of a sudden. So just keep that in mind. Not impossible to get that high. I don't know where this is going to go. I think my low point would be. Like old rejection from old all-time high at some point this year. High point would probably be this 74 kind of area right there, which I think is big. I don't think you're getting up to 10 or 11K this year, but I hope I'm wrong. I think if you can break above 4K there, that would easily bring you to a new all-time high, given how things look. But yeah, you know, a lot of your altcoins look like they can jump up. I would hope AVAX jumps up to like $33 by the end of the month. A lot of stuff really looks like it can jump up here. Doge, I usually get, you guys saw the trade, I think, over on BidFi. But Doge, I usually get wrecked whenever I trade it. Take this as you will, but I think this could come up quite a bit. I don't know if you're going to make, you know, a new all-time high here, but I think it could go up back to 34 cents, back to these highs. Maybe a rejection from the old all-time high or something later this year, and then get everybody excited, and then it doesn't quite do that. That's what I would guess, but it's obviously a hard one to predict. I mean, Cardano, I would hope that you can break upward to, you know, $1.16 by the end of this month or early next month. I think a lot could happen this month. I mean, the red month I would guess would be maybe like from mid-August to mid-September, mainly being like August is the red month or September, probably more likely August overall. But that's what I would kind of be looking at just based on how things are forming, I guess. So that's that right there. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's a few other coins. I mean, everything looks pretty good. Like these coins that are just down, complete depressors, like Polygon, for example. I don't even want to look at the Matic chart because it's just so bad, but like how much it's come down. But I think you got a really good shot of getting up to 38 cents. I mean, I would like to see that sometime within the next 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. But I mean, yeah, you're asking for a lot there. I'll say that. I mean, you're asking for a lot to come up that much. I mean, not impossible, but hopefully it can happen. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Crypto.com as well has looked pretty good. You know, kind of rejecting from that 10-cent mark, but I think you should be able to like break out of this and get up to that 16 cents again and kind of be back in, you know, back in some good things here. And I mean, hopefully getting back up to 27 cents later this year, maybe even higher. We'll see what happens. You know, we'll definitely have to see what happens. Another one with, you know, it's always been kind of strong. TRX, hopefully breaking up to maybe 50 cents or more into the end of the year, maybe even higher. I mean, a lot of stuff can go. I would say a lot of alts. I mean, if ETH can do, you know, a 2x from here, or, you know, a little less than that, a lot of alts can do a 3 to 4x. So, you know, maybe 90 cents up to these areas for TRX are definitely possible from now to the end of the year. And the last thing I'll leave you with here, guys, is kind of that exit plan. I mean, like I said, from October to December would statistically, based on history, be the best place to scale out. For Bitcoin, you're in the last few phases. I mean, in all likelihood, based on history, you know, you're gonna, I mean, 30% upward. Okay, 30% is not bad, but based on history, you're at some point going to come down pretty damn significantly. And I want to show you this on kind of Bitcoin versus DXY. Debated whether this is a good, measure of factoring in Bitcoin against, putting Bitcoin, factoring Bitcoin's price based on inflation, adjusting for inflation. But 80%, 84%. It was only 75% against the U.S. dollar, so more against the Dixie right there, 84, and that was the kind of the bars. So assuming the top is here, a big place would be in terms of buying power, about 30% upward, and then if you follow this pattern in terms of buying power, 87, 84, 80, let's say it's 5% better or something. I mean, it could be even better, but say you get up to that point I wanted, 75% downward. I mean, it's about 75% of your buying power lost. So if you were to wait a year to a year and a half from now, you'd probably be at much lower areas based on history. Especially, I know there's probably some new people watching this, just showing you kind of how things work. I mean, this is kind of the area it's a very good risk reward ratio to be buying altcoins right now and then trying to scale out from October to December. If you have a diversified portfolio, you'll probably do really well. Bitcoin, you could still probably make some money, but 20-30%, we'll see. We'll see. And I mean, those big points, they don't last extremely long. Look here, the two tops there, blow off top there, blow off top, I mean, probably going to be more of a blow off top too. So, you've been going up for many years, and all likely 2026 will be your bear market year. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the content, smash the like button and check out the exchanges down below, links down below. 20% off your fees for life if you're interested in trading. We have a lot of really good swing trades, a lot of really good stuff in the Discord, so check that out. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.